Hello and welcome to another random review and how-to. We are back here with another General Electric dryer fix. Today the belt's broken. I'm assuming the belt's broken, so we're going to go ahead and take this apart and we're going to show you first what you got to do. So you want to identify screws. The first thing you're going to do is there's going to be a screw here on this back side and there's another one on this side. You take those two off and then you actually want to slide this whole panel backwards. So we're going to remove those two, take those off. You go inside here, you see there's two screws up underneath there. There's 1 and 2. Those two are both going to come off as well. And so we're going to do that. And then once we get this off, there's going to be some additional screws to take off the front part of this and get that all taken care of. So let's go ahead and just undo the top here and then see what we got underneath. There we go. Now when you go underneath there, you see there's some wires connected there, so you don't want to put any stress on there. Now we got this piece off. There's 2 more screws we're going to have to take off. There's one on this side here and one over here. That's just a Phillips head screw. Let's go ahead and take off these top 2 screws here. Okay, we got all of the screws pulled out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is going to release the top here. So I don't have a ton of room to work with. I'm just going to be very careful removing this back. Right now, I just want to see, because I still got these wires in there, I just want to see if it's actually my belt that is broken on this drum. Now you can see your belt goes here. There's no belt, so it definitely broke and it fell down behind there. The next 2 screws we will remove are going to be these 2, but I'm going to wait. I got to run out and get a belt, so I'm going to do that, come back, take these 2 off. There's also some wiring that occurs down here. This drum is going to drop when I take this out just a little bit, but then I could go ahead and get inside and then get the old belt out, get a new belt put in. I'm here at Lowe's. They seem to be the only one to carry dryer belts. Different choices here, but you're going to want to look at the one that fits specifics here. It has in there that it fits a GE. And the other thing to consider is the length. It's 88 inches by 1/4 inch, and it has 4 ribs to it. So that's what you're going to want when you pick this up. $16.49. I'll link to it on Amazon down below. But if you're in a pinch and you need it quick, Lowe's carries it. Home Depot does not. There's Walmart. All right, I'm going to go ahead and remove these top 2 screws here. That's going to let my front door drop off. You want to just be careful too when that happens, because the door's going to be loose, but there are wires that hold it in. It's kind of leaning forward so you can see that's in there at an angle. Just shake it and it comes out. Alright, so our front door is going to come off. Again, our drum dropped just a little bit there. You can see there's some leeway with that. And then once you get it out, kind of lift up on it and pull it forward and it comes out. There's 2 little hinges at the bottom to catch it. So my wiring down here, want to be sure you don't stretch that out. So when you pull that out, you can already see, this is why I'm getting my sweeper. There's a ton of lint everywhere. This dryer is they just bleed lint. So I'm just going to show you there. I just opened it completely up and I just set it right next to itself. Again, look at all of this lint. That is just like a massive fire waiting to start. No matter what we do on this thing, there's just a ton of lint that comes out of it. So I am going to actually sweep everything out inside of here first, get all of this as clean as I can with my shop vac, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the belt in. I want everything clean before I go in there and start working. See there, my belt came off. It's all loose in there. Let's go ahead and pull that out. You can see there it just frayed itself right up. The tricky part of this whole thing is I got to wrap this belt around this piece here. This white piece moves. So that actually goes back and forth, which you'll see when I get it on. So I have to make sure that I'm wrapped around that. I'm wrapped all the way around the top of the drum. I'm going to go up through that little groove there. Comes all the way down under this side. So there's not a lot of room here to work with, as you can see. I don't have much room at all to get in there. So my one arm's got to go through here. I got giant arms. And then my other arm's got to go under here. So I'm going to put everything on top, wrap it down in there. It goes under here. You just lift up this drum a little bit. It'll fit under there. And then I got to kind of spool it through and wrap it together. But you can see this little piece here at the end. You kind of see the threads poking out. So my rubber piece has to be down on that thread. This tension rod that comes back, it's got to come all the way back and grab this front piece here. So this is where you kind of need your two hands to come into play, because I need to kind of reach back in there and without being able to see anything, kind of feel it grab. A little bit of a pain in the butt. A lot of tension on that rod. Okay, so underneath there, this tension rod has to be yanked way back. So this is the tension rod there. It takes a lot of pressure coming back, but what you can see is the blue side goes down on the tension rod. So don't worry about your rubber hitting that. And then the rubber piece has to grab this piece right here in the grooves. It sits in there. And then the rubber wraps all the way around the drum here. So you can see blue side is up around the drum. It starts to, like mine starts to curve right there. So I just got to go around and make sure it's all rubber side down. Once you get this in here, see how this is leaning on this metal piece right here? It's not putting the tension on it that it needs. So when you pull this back, make sure, because you're kind of doing it blind, make sure you don't get it all the way onto that middle piece. You got to have it off of that in order to work correctly. There it goes, the little bit that just happened there. Let the tension off of that. One note I want to make here about this tension rod is this thread and screw are sticking way out. That's what got caught on that metal piece. Those have to be pushed in and tightened down. I don't actually show that in this video, but make sure you do that or else it will catch on here. And that might have been why my belt broke in the first place. So watch out for that if that thread and screw are coming loose. What I should be able to do is rotate the drum and have the belt rotate with it. And you can see in there, I'm good in there. Out here, everything's moving. And I'm just moving it with my hand. As you can see now, this drum is wobbly in there, so don't pull it out or anything like that. Just go ahead and rotate it. So once you're all set up there, we're ready to put everything back together. Before I go ahead and screw everything down, I like it to give it the old sniff test. So push down this button here, hit start, see if it's rotating. It is. I'm also listening for anything weird. Is there anything scraping, anything grinding? It's running better than it should. I love looking behind the dryer. It turns out the sock monster is not really a sock monster at all. It just somehow falls behind. I'll never understand. Okay there, so that is how you fix your dryer belt. This is a GE dryer. I got the model number down below. Continuously fix both of these things. But that is how you do it. It's pretty easy. The hardest part is getting that tension rod pulled back. But just give yourself an extra room. Give your arms some extra room to pull it as tight as you can once you have everything there. It's a beautiful sound. Thanks for watching this review. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button down below. If you want to buy this belt, I got a link down below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.